Hello YouTubers, I got myself one of these units. They are a hot water tank booster, and this one is called the Eemax Tank Buddy. I'm going to show you how I installed this. The purpose of this particular unit is to give you more hot water when your hot water tank is unable to supply the demand. Now this is my hot water tank. It's a different type. It's a hybrid, so my connections are on the side. Normally your tank connections are on the top. Now this is the unit that I am installing. This is without the cover, so you know that's the way it is. Took it off. This is normally installed on top of the tank. What it has actually for the water supply is the inlet and the outlet. So what you're doing is taking the hot water from the tank, feed it in, and just continue going to the rest of the house. So you're actually putting this in between the hot water line. Now what it does is when your tank can no longer keep up with the demand, this computer will be programmed for it to turn on, and it works as an instant water heater, just to give you enough hot water to finish up whatever you're doing, shower, washing dishes, and so forth. It's pretty straightforward. Like I said, if it's on top of your unit, it's much easier. Mine's a little bit more complicated because of the hot tank that I have. Now the electrical is pretty simple as well. It has two inlets. It has one over here on the side, and there's one in the back if you are installing it on top of the unit. But because I'm putting it on the wall, I cannot use the back inlet for the electrical, so I share the same inlet right here. Now what you're basically doing is taking the power that was originally on your tank and you're feeding this unit, and then this unit in turn returns the power back into the tank, and this computer will determine which one of the two gets the power to heat up the water. Usually it's the main tank that heats up the water, and then when it sees that it can't keep up, it'll switch the power so that this will start heating up the water. And this is where the heating element is, and you can tell it's powered right here and here, and has a snap disc, which is a sensor telling it when to turn the power on to heat it up. The terminals where it's connected, it's pretty straightforward. You got two terminals. Let me see right here. These two terminals here, that is coming from the tank, and these two terminals up here, it's coming from the breaker. So it's going in here and then coming out of here. Now if you notice, you got two blacks and two whites. It's really all black because it's a 240 supply, and I've marked my white lines with the black dashes, so the next person that goes in here would know that those are hot legs. So just make sure you understand that there are two hot legs and you got your neutrals. The unit comes with these yellow lines that are for your ground, actually. Not neutral, I'm sorry, ground. So just make sure you match up the way it is. You have the L1 and the T1. So the L1, T1, make sure the same color code, and the L2 and the T2 are matched up as well. Like I said, they're all hot legs, but you like to match it up so that you won't get confused on the other end when you connect it. I do recommend you get a professional to do this. Unless you're comfortable working with electric, I would not recommend you doing this. It's high voltage. Considering for home use, it's a high voltage. But this is the best way of doing it. And make sure you do it with the intent that you know what you're doing. Use a professional, and I'll give you results of how this works once it's completely done.